الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Qur'an, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ نَبِيًّا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرًى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. And we have sent down to you the book, Qur'an, as an exposition. Exposition is like a center story, center place where all the characters in the story built upon of everything, a guidance, a mercy, a glad tidings for those who submitted themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as Muslims. We just have celebrated the month of Ramadan. We also celebrate this month as a month of Qur'an. Muslims increase their worship and virtuous acts in this month, but the emphasis given to the Qur'an in this month is unparalleled. Qur'an is read in Taraweeh. People read juz or more every day as a routine. There are Qiyamul Layl gatherings throughout the month in different places. Masajid and scholars prepare and conduct special program, a Quran tafsir program, and like other activities revolve around the Quran. Besides all this focus on Quran, we still find a little difficult how to approach Quran to get the maximum benefit of this source of knowledge and guidance. Like when a layman actually approaches the Quran, it's scattered stories, repeated information, stories and examples which hard to correlate with our love and all that. We do approach and try to understand it, but generally speaking, for a layman, it's kind of a little difficult. Besides this, all this focus on the Quran, besides this reading and reciting of the Quran, we try to do. Scholar also recommend the need to understand the meaning of the Quran and ponder on it, right? But like I mentioned, it's kind of, for a layman, it's kind of difficult to understand or connect these stories to get like the whole picture. There are many ways to mention to introduce the Quran to us or adapt to get better understanding. In the past, a scholar or like people try to understand Quran with the background of the revelation, with the themes, like the Quranic themes, how to understand like the Quran by the themes, the way it's actually talk about certain issues. Also with the understanding, people approach Quran with the understanding of the laws, the Sharia and the fiqh point of view. Also we approach Quran through those stories and precise mention in the Quran to get benefit out of it. But with all this effort, we get a portion and benefit of the Quran. But today I'm actually trying to introduce another approach to read the Quran in relation to the situation actually Prophet goes through and faces the circumstances they faces when they convey the Quran to the people. Like it's another way of reading the Quran. So but to get to this understanding, there are a couple of prerequisites I actually want to mention to get the best output or understanding of Quran using this method. So those those points are like to learn. First and foremost is what is the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. which he actually described or tried to convey it to us. And the second, who conveyed this message and what are the circumstances at that place and for that person he went through to convey this message. We know Allah has sent prophet and messenger throughout the history, right, which convey Allah's message to us. Understanding the difference between these Anbiya and Rusul in accordance to the message is the pivotal point of my khutbah today. So let's see how this is explained and understood, these messages or the difference between the Anbiya and Rusul. So first of all, we are going to talk about like what is common, and then we will see what is different between them. So the first point, which is common, both comes from Allah and they are chosen by Allah. What it means is like it's not somebody doing good deeds get sent to a point where he becomes a Nabi or a Rasul, or he does righteous deed or spend life righteously, and Allah actually or he get to that point, like in other traditions, people with their exercise become pope or like a representative of God. So that's one common. They are chosen by Allah and they are both comes from Allah. The second point is they have given the message by wahi or other means directly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses. And they are responsible. Both of them are, the responsibility is to convey this message to their people, right? So this is generally what happened is this message, whatever this message which is given to them, is generally only for the it's only for the this message is for the people immediate addressees, but the lesson in it is universal in nature, like things like rights of the parents, obey your parents, be good to the family, don't lie, don't kill, don't do unjust things towards other or nature or other things, right? So the point is, it is immediately introduced to the people and correct their everyday lifestyle or problems. But in nature, these messages are universal. So both Rasul and Anbiya, their messages to the people they are sent to, but they are universal in nature. Another point is the message itself. It's the same message. Like throughout the history, all the Anbiya and Rasul come with the same message. And what is that message? It's a very simple message. Like believe in Allah, believe in Akhirah, right? Like there is a accountability coming. Whatever the free will you've been given in this world to exercise, you will be accountable in the day of judgment how you were exercising it. So believe in Allah, believe in day of judgment, and do good, pick up good behavior, husn khuluq. So these are the three common things among all these Anbiya, the message they are conveying to the people. But by and large, like if we want to wrap up all these message or this common theme, they come for two things: warning and glad tidings, right? Warning, inzar, glad tidings, bashara, right? So if you accept this message, if the message Allah given to you, you accept it and bring it into your life and practice it, Allah has promised Jannah for you, right? Where all your wishes been fulfilled. That's the bashara. All that. There are tests and like difficulties in this life, but if you handle them with the guidance and be patient, Allah will give you Jannah. The second thing, if with your choice did not accept this message, right, then there is a warning for them that there is a day of judgment is coming, there is a reckoning, there is an accountability, there is a court established in that day, and you will be answerable to your course, deeds. So these are the common things, but what is the pivotal thing? What is the difference between Rasul? And this is the whole thing is if we understood that point, that means the message which I actually want to convey in this message or bring it to your notice is conveyed. The difference with Prophet, Allah's messenger, Allah's Nabi, Allah's Prophet provide the message to the people, but their accountability is in the hereafter. There is no accountability in this world. They are free to exercise their freedom. But with the Rasul, the difference is when the message is conveyed, and in addition, Itmam al-Hujjah, the witness is being established that the message is conveyed and understood, then Allah put a court, a sample, a mock-up court, a sample court in this world, and then this accountability on a short scale established here, right? There is accountability established here, and with this accountability, people have jaza or saza, like they find the reward and the punishment in this world, so that this can be established for the rest of us, for the rest of the time. So now with this background, if we want to approach Quran, we will learn and understood how Quran describes the situation built, right? When a Prophet of Allah or a messenger of Allah start delivering the message, right? The message of Allah to people. When he actually called people towards Allah, how they actually react to this, right? So now with this background, when we read the Quran, we'll see the text. We see this very, very clearly that Allah is speaking through his messenger to the people. We read, they ask you, they are asking to Allah through Prophet. They ask you, answer them like this. They think, Allah says in the Quran, and they think he's addressing directly to the people, they are doing things to him. And Allah knows, Allah actually mentioned that they are thinking, but Allah knows. There are two parties. That one is the people, recipient, and the other party is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is they plan and Allah plan. So this is very evident when we read the Quran through this, that Allah himself is actually talking to people. Also, we see when we use this method, good and bad people get separated, because in the day of judgment, Allah will establish who did good or bad, right? And then the reward system, the accountability. The same way here, the examples are in the life of Prophet, the Ma'rakatul Badr, the Battle of Badr, and all other occasions, like Sulh Hudaybiyah and all that. Allah actually directly tells people what is the result of this. Also, we see the punishment. Allah actually, in Prophet's life, show the punishment to those rejectors, right? And help the one who actually accepted. Allah provides guidance. You could see Allah provide guidance to the believers and persuade them. The tazkiyah nafs aspect, when you read the way Allah actually talking and building this nation of who believe, which is universal for us as well, but we could see how Allah is actually guiding those people up front, how you should behave. And we could see this example in the stories have been used to guide and persuade people, the story of Ibrahim, the story of Yunus, the story of Yusuf. With these stories, make them aware. Also with these stories and qasais and examples, Allah make them aware of the short stay in this world. like how temporary this life is, and also establish the work and blessing of akhirah and the everlasting life, so that we could actually get the result out of it. And the more we are aware of this, what Allah is talking, when we read the Quran and understand it, it establish and comfort us that this is a truth, and we have to bring it in our life. May Allah make us understand the Quran better and give us tawfiq to bring the guidance in our life, in every day of our life, in our journal, social life and family life. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Brothers and sisters, inshallah, when we approach the Quran, the way I was actually talking in my first khutbah, in this manner, like a commentary and the detail of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the struggle he went through, to establish his Risala, conveying the message of Allah to the people, and what happened in the result of his effort, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established his will, like his sunnah, by setting up his court in this world to prove the reality of the day of judgment and provide the lesson for the rest of the humankind by showing the consequences for the rejectors and providing success and control to whom accepted his message and follow this message. Brother and sister, the khutbah is a reminder for ourselves to get closer and attach ourselves to the Qur'an Mubin, the clear message, right? Learn how the source of knowledge, learn from this source of knowledge, establish the guiding principle in our personal life and our social life. قال الله تعالى إن الله والملائكة يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد أصحابه إلى يوم الدين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وارحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين. Oh Allah, make us understand the Quran better and better. Oh Allah, make this Quran the light of our heart, and make this light a guidance for ourselves and for others. Oh Allah, make this Quran to lead us and enter to your Jannah. Ameen Ya Rabbul Alameen. Ya Muqallibul Qulub, Sabbit Qulubana ala Deenik. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم واستغفروه يغفر لكم اتقوه يجعل لكم من أمركم مخرجا وأقيموا الصلاة